Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy here for Whimsy Stamps. Thanks for joining me today. I have a whole bunch of products out this morning. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted rainbow and I wanted some neutrals and I wanted the cows. Beyond that, I wasn't sure. Well, that's not exactly true. I knew that I wanted to use the mini slim tag dies again because they are on the retiring list, and I'm afraid that every time I go look to see if they're still available that they're not going to be, but this morning they were. So I thought, let's take advantage of that and let's go ahead and jump on in with those. I really thought that I was going to use these sentiment dies as well, but we'll see as I go on that I went a different way. So I start out by using my Rainbows 6x6 paper pad. They are double-sided and I wanted one of each. So I went ahead and cut them out, but my tag die is a little bit wider than the paper. So I will be kind of piecemealing that together with some neutrals, which was my plan to use neutrals as well. That's why I pulled out the neutral pad. I also die cut 2 tags in a very inexpensive, poor quality watercolor card, and I use it for a lot of different things, but I never use it for watercoloring. But I cut those out so that they would be the back side. And you can see on this one that I kind of pieced a lot of the black and white neutral polka dot together to fill out the dimensions of this tag. Now I use my scissors to snip off any excess, because when you layer up pieces like that, sometimes they don't, at least with me, doesn't quite layer up right. So I just use my scissors, sometimes my trimmer, to get rid of any of that excess. So here I am using the black and white stripe on this one. And in the past, I've talked about how neutrals will ground your product, especially if there's a lot going on, whether it be color or pattern or otherwise. A neutral gives your eye a place to rest. And so even though these are black and white neutral versus the solid black or solid white, I do bring those in later, but I knew that I wanted to use these black and white pattern papers. They're just beautiful to me and I wanted to pull them in. So this is how I elected to do that. Now this one was a little bit wonky, and to kind of trick the eye, I'm putting another layer of the black and white polka dot at the top, and I will also kind of camouflage the fact that it's wonky when I add another layer for the kind of a landing pad, if you will, for where my images will be down the road. So to create that landing pad, I'm using the largest of both designs from the Antique ATC Frames dies. So with the largest of both patterns, I cut out a layer of the watercolor card that I mentioned earlier, and I also, using the second largest, cut out a layer of black cardstock, and that will be my quote landing pad. So you can see how I'm going to layer them up and see how solid that is, and that just your eye kind of goes, oh, okay, now I can rest for a moment. At least that's the conversation between my brain and my eyes. Let me know if you have something similar. So in the meantime, I am using my Olos to color up both of these cows. Down and dirty alcohol ink coloring, lightest to darkest, darkest to lightest, blend, blend, blend. I add a pop of color on this guy using kind of the tealy blues, and I add a pop of color on the other one using some corally reds. And so I'm going to put on some music and we'll catch you on the other side of the coloring. And there they are, both colored up, both cut out, and now it's time to build those landing pads. So I'm just using my Barely Art precision glue and mounting them down where I want them. Mounting my images right down on those landing pads so that your eye can breathe and rest. And now, instead of using the sentiment dies, I decided I would go with the sentiment stamps that were in these stamp sets. And I stamped them out on these smaller tags that were found in my stash, actually, but they are die cut from the mini slim tag die. I want to call everything a label, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Anyway, so I have my sentiments stamped onto the tags, and now I am adhering the tags to the bigger tag, if you will, through the use of the baker's twine, and I am just layering them on, and they're super cute. Once I get these tied on, I go into my stash and I pull out some bulb pins and a couple little charms that really coordinate, and here we are, all done. Super cute. Very simple tags, really, for me anyway, but there's a lot visually going on, so I thought that they did not need any more. All of that beautiful color, the sweet images, colored up, cut out, landing on their landing pads. I think there's just so much for your eye to see, and it's a pleasure to see. So you guys let me know what you think. Do you like these tags? Is it too much going on? Is it not enough going on for you? Some of us are more is more. Some of us are less is more. Tell me what your thoughts are. And be sure to let me know what your favorite alcohol ink coloring medium is. And finally, let me know if you show yourself grace and if you're kind to yourself. And if not, what you can do to improve that. Because if we're not nice to ourselves, who's going to be? We need to take that lead and do it for ourselves. So I thank you guys for spending some time with me. I thank you for interacting with me. And if you are at all interested in these tag dies, hop on over there, because when they're gone, they are gone. They will not be restocked or replenished. And I don't know what might be coming down the pike, if there's something to replace them or not. I have no idea. So I would encourage you, again, if you like them, use those links, hop on over. And in the meantime, meet us over on our Facebook page, on Pinterest and Instagram. We love to interact with you and see all the beautiful things that you're creating. And until next time, y'all, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy for Whimsy Stamps. Mwah! And I'm out.